and we're live. So we're live from Mobile World Congress Americas. This is actually a bigger event than I thought it was going to be. Nothing against the event, but
we're getting to Barcelona size. I mean, this is a real deal here now.
Yeah. So you're someone I've seen on Twitter for what? Last like 10 years. And
actually, yeah, it's like at my 10th year anniversary. I should have my own launch of something.
Or a badge or something.
I know, right? I should get a gold ring.
Yeah. This is, so I follow you. Your Twitter feed's like the fire hose.
It is. My mind is a fire hose. So it really is just. It's streaming out in real time, unfortunately.
It's good. It's good. You got a lot of good material there. So you stopped by. I want to show you my setup,
and this is fantastic. As a geek, this is gadget heaven here. So walk me through your setup and how you bring it all together, because you're the man when it comes to live video streaming.
So what I'm using here is a rig. If you want to see the rig, tune into Evan's Twitter handle to see a picture or video from the other side. But what I've got here is a bracket that I put together, and I've attached to various components. So, for example, I've attached a light, a Mevo camera. The Mevo additional battery gives me about 10 hours of battery, which can also power my other iPad Pro. I've got a compressor mic from Audio Technica, and I've got some stands that I'll fold up and I can put in my bag. So, and I'm broadcasting on LTE through T-Mobile's, and they've given me unlimited bandwidth with unlimited, no limiting of the speed, which was a problem actually in Vegas. I actually was the top 1% bandwidth user in all of the US, and they cut me off.
No kidding.
So I tweeted and called them on. I'm like,
come on, John Laguerre, this is the man. You need his content.
Yeah, well, I told them straight out. I'm like, you guys have in your ad, you use a livecaster as your sort of example.
Right.
And then when you're livecasting, you cut me off for using too much bandwidth. Anyway, long story short, they hooked me up. I'm good to go. If you're going to do a livecast, like the roving reporter, make sure you use LTE, because the networks at these conferences usually are terrible.
Great advice, great advice. So what do you see as the future of live broadcasting? I mean, we're all pretty familiar with it at a high level. Where's it going over the next year? Like, what do you see as exciting coming down from either tools or apps or platforms?
There's this idea of syndication where I could broadcast to Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. For me, it's about a single point for live. So Periscope and Twitter for live is good, and then I record a version of it, and then I post it onto things like Facebook and YouTube in a non-live form. So I think going forward, I think video is becoming a predominant way that you interact with the world. 140 characters is okay, but 240 seconds is better, and 20 minutes is best.
Right. And then what do you do on the editing side once you have your video content? How do you get it out there?
I use Mevo. Mevo's auto editing. So you see how you're zoomed in right now?
I do.
I don't have time to edit dozens of videos, so
No
Mevo
kidding.
does it for me.
You have a real production studio here. If I pan to the Ericsson booth, I mean, they have probably a $20,000 setup, and you have maybe a $1,000, $2,000
The
setup.
iPad's probably the most expensive part, but
right.
I like it like this. You ever go to like the boardwalk and see the guy playing the one-man band? He's playing a banjo, hitting drums, playing a harmonica. I'm basically the video version of that.
Love it. No, you just need to make it wearable and actually go around and turn it into
funny,
a walking one-man band.
I was thinking about that. How can I make a backpack? Like a broadcast backpack. So right now, I've got a handle on it, but it lacks a little bit of portability.
The company's actually coming out with a wearable video pendulum. So you wear it around your neck like a necklace, and it does live streaming and posting and stuff. So, I think we're getting to the point where this tech will be compact and wearable and super affordable, maybe integrated into my different devices.
Well, the other thing I was thinking, and I was thinking I should like doing a Kickstarter and doing like not just sort of a haphazard put together sort of rig, but like a streamlined one that actually is all sort of, because these pieces are all kind of screwed in place. And I think there's a market for people like you who'd want to have like a turnkey setup. But then again, I've got way too much stuff on the go to do yet another side project.
I'd say do it. Or you could be like Gary Vee and actually have a guy following you around 24/7, actually recording you. That's the next step.
Do you know anyone?
Hey, thanks very much.
All right.
Take care.
All right, so I'm live from the Mobile World Congress here in San Francisco. I'm going to have Jason Hoffman on the show soon if he shows. An old friend of mine, I've known him since the Joint days back in, I think it was like 2005. So stay tuned for that. And if you're interested in being on the show, you're here in San Francisco and you want some publicity, give me a shot. Give me a shout. I'll be here all day. So I'm always looking for interesting people to talk to. So please feel free to ping me. Until next time. Talk to you soon.